What's up?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Today I got my boy Diamond Reptiles and Supplies and the homie Eric's Exotics up in here. What's everybody doing? We got Fries in the chat. Taka, yo, everybody already doing the hashtag Zilla. I love it.
That's what's up.
If you guys are trying to get 10% off on an order from Zilla Footwear, we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Pop that up real quick. So we do have a sponsor of Fries Critters. You guys check him out. Or Instagram, Facebook. He started a YouTube. Man's doing a lot of things. Make sure to check him out, guys. We're also sponsored by Zilla Footwear. Holy crap, their picture takes up the whole thing. I like it. Now Zilla Footwear, guys, they have a lot of unique. They got a lot of unique shoes, custom made. I mean, these things are freaking awesome. They've got some green tree pythons, scorpions. They got some blue tongue skink stuff. Tons of awesome things, guys. So this is what we're giving the 10% off code to. So if you guys want an awesome set of shoes to stand out at expos and stuff, make sure you drop. All you got to do is put hashtag Zilla in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Towards the end of this, I have a generator that will actually take everybody that liked and commented the hashtag Zilla and is subscribed. It'll take that, and then we will spin it off for the 10% code. So make sure you guys hit all three of them buttons. And let's, without further ado, shout out to the homie Diamond Reptiles for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself, bro.
My name's Elon from Diamond Reptiles and Supplies. I appreciate being on here. Everybody who's not following Darian or Eric Exotics, go follow my boy Rodriguez Reptiles, and it's Eric Exotics, guys. I appreciate y'all coming up on here and paying attention to what we got to say.
Right on. So what all do you work with over there? I know you got like a lot of stuff, bro. I see chameleon cages back there. What you got?
Man, we got chameleon cages. We got monitor cages. We got tegus. We got ball pythons. We got milk snakes. The list goes on and on. We do tortoises, turtles. You know, I got a lot of friends in the reptile business, and I'll do some wild caughts, but mostly everything is captive bred. So I dabble in that a lot more. Is captive bred, and I can get anything anybody needs.
Right on, bro. I mean, like, what kind of tegus you got over there? Those sound interesting.
I got some blues. Oh, I got some specials from Rodriguez Reptiles. Some awesome tegus, some black and whites and high reds that my brother hooked me up with, and they are tight, guys. If you need some tegus, he's the man. Right there.
It takes a minute to get used to, man. Your left is your right now. It's all weird. And you vend shows, right?
I vend all the Northern California shows except, Northern California. That's it. All the shows in Northern. And we got.
So you have one. You guys got one coming up, right?
Exactly. It's September, I believe, 24th and 25th. I could be wrong on that. Let me double check. But we do have one in Sacramento. It's going to be as big as the Pomona show. It is September 24th and 25th. So if you guys are in Northern California, or even if you are far away, come check it out. We will show you guys love, Bay Area love.
Right on. You heard, check him out. He's got, I mean, this man in under a minute listed about 16 different species that he's going to be bringing to the show. So, I mean, guys, hit up my boy, Grim. How's it going? Oh, man, Eric's on the. Yeah, I know. I let him on. You got to show him some love, man. He's got to get some FaceTime. You guys got to help grow his channel, man. He's trying to start a YouTube, too. He's already my Robin the Batman over here on Instagram. Might as well bring him over, you know? No.
Right?
But let's start getting into some of these hot questions here.
Let's do it.
So, what got you into keeping reptiles?
All right, so that's a great question. I started reptiles at 7 years old. I remember my mom bought me my first ball python. Her name was Sheba. And we got her from way back when. I don't know if you guys remember when Pet Food Express, believe it or not, used to sell reptiles out here in the Bay Area. It was at not Union Landing. It was at San Leandro, and they had a Pet Food Express. And we were walking around, and this lady was carrying this ball python. I remember this too, by the way. I was 7 years old, and she was walking around with this snake. And I said, "Ooh, what's that?" I said, "I want that, Mom." And she said, "Okay." She let me get it. Ever since that, I've been in love with reptiles. 7 years old, guys. And it's been a passion ever since, really. Even when I was got out of reptiles. I got out of reptiles when I had my kid and stuff. And I started breeding dogs, so I did American Bullies. But even during then, I always had a snake or a lizard or something like that.
Yeah, it's
That's
hard
actually
just to
really
quit.
cool, man.
Say that again?
It's hard
No,
just
no.
to quit whenever you got a passion for it. You
Yeah.
can't just not go from like, I mean, you can for a little bit, but then you get that. It's like an itch, like you're sitting there in your skin and stuff. You're like, oh man, I miss mine. Oh man, I should get another one. Oh man, I got 700.
Exactly. You know what my excuse was to get back into it? Because I was at my mom's house, right? I said, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get my son a red-tailed boa. He'll love it." He didn't like it at all. I made him hold it and everything, but he in the picture, I have a picture of him holding it. He's like, I'm like, all right, well.
A quick shout out to Geeky Gecko Creations, guys. Huge support of the channel. Was actually a big reason that I got into our YouTube, and Eric is also a huge inspiration to jump into this. He kept pushing me all the time to get in on YouTube. But Geeky Gecko Creations was actually one of the first people I jumped in on an interview with on his channel. And it was funny. It was back when I was still keeping reptiles in the bathroom. So it was a bathroom reptile live. It was funny as hell. Oh, dude, I had like frogs, snakes up in the bathroom. Like we were overflown. It was nuts. But no, huge shout out to him, guys. If you guys are looking for some awesome geckos, make sure to check out my boy Geeky Gecko Creations. He does a lot of leopard geckos. He's doing some gargoyle geckos. My man produces some beautiful black and white tegus and some high white reds as well. He actually got a lot of his black and whites from me back in the day. Me and a couple other breeders. He was picking our brains on how to breed. I walked him through the entire process, and to see his channel grow and see him succeed with as much breeding tegus as he did, it's just simply amazing. So make sure you guys check out Geeky Gecko Creations.
And you know what? I say it all the time. I love how you give that love to everybody, to the whole reptile community, because you know what? This is a community. This isn't just like, random people. I feel like, Darian, you're like family now. You know what I mean? Eric, you're like family, because we all have a passion for the reptiles. You know what I mean? And that's an awesome thing to have. Like, I could go to LA and go talk to Brian, and that's like my brother, 408 Reptiles, California Chameleons, Adam. You know what I mean? Like, we all met because of reptiles, and that's the awesome thing about reptiles. If you guys don't own a reptiles, go grab a reptile. I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter who from, because you know what? I'm supporting everybody. There's so much. It's $1 billion industry, guys, and we don't need to hate on each other. We could all show love. You know what I mean? And that's the awesome thing about reptiles. Like, Adam was telling me a story how a chameleon brought a marriage back together. Like, they were about to get a divorce, and this couple got a chameleon, and they ended up getting back, finished, or helping out their like their arguments and stuff went away and stuff like that, all because of a reptile, guys. So that's an awesome thing about the community.
I think my reptiles caused my divorce.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind.
No, just joking.
Okay, I'm like, fuck. For a second there, I was like, oh shit. Let me drink this beer.
Hey, listen. Yeah, like he said, you'll have your the way to consider it, like, is there's a community, but inside that community, there's families. I mean, regardlessly of who you are with in that quote unquote family in the hobby, man, we got to stick together because all the legislations and bans and stuff they try to push.
Yeah.
For sure. And I mean, and it's funny, and I say this to a lot of people is, you know, I consider a lot of the people on here family, you know, and you guys know a lot of the people in here I see familiar faces, like people don't know, but Drew, I consider him like my little brother. He's actually the same age as my little brother. And I don't have any contact with any of my family. So, you know, to build the relationships that I had in this community with a lot of you guys, you know, I never thought I'd have a big, you know, like a big brother, and then somehow Eric fucking showed up, and now he's like, you know, it's like trying to adopt a
Yeah.
whale. It's hard, but you know, it
Oh,
happens.
hey, Shamu, don't be taking my line. I don't want to hear that. You called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I
but
answered.
but you know, it's pretty cool. You know, a lot of the relationships that I build within the community. You know, it's I talk to you guys more than I talk to a lot of my own family. So you know, and I enjoy every minute of it. So you know, it's pretty cool being able to jump on here and do these interviews with everybody, and then you know, also seeing the same people pop in and support the channel, as well as you know, introducing some new faces and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's get back into this, Eric. If you end up having any questions, bro, feel free to just say or ask a
Yeah.
question. I'm kind of
I'm
just
just
going
wondering
off
why
of
they
my
talking.
list and going
Wait,
down.
why are they talking about having barbecue reptile?
What?
Barbecue reptile. What
Yeah.
the hell? I will send you the Jesus. No, I'm just kidding.
Look,
No.
wanted to try some barbecue reptile. What the hell,
Man.
Drew?
Damn, Drew, what you be doing over there, bro?
Oh,
We
shit, I
supposed
never
to
got
love
invited.
or love reptiles, not barbecue them.
Right? For real. I got a question. Who's Batman and which one's Robin?
I'm Batman.
Okay.
That's it. He's going to the back.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Robin got sent away. He's in timeout. He's laughing back there too.
See what happens when you let the boy Wonder play with stuff?
That's it. Oh, I will make a record tonight. You will be in the backstage. I've tried Gator before. I think I feel like a lot of people have at least tried Gator once.
Listen, the best thing about Gator is the tail, unfortunately. I mean,
Yeah.
I've eaten Gator once. I went to, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is, and I don't know if this is in every single one, but in like Bass Pro Shops or like Cabela's, they actually have a food court, and they have different types of meat of like various animals, like
That must
various
be
big game animals. It's kind of weird, but it's cool. Like I've tried ostrich, I tried gator. There's a lot of stuff, dude. It's pretty cool.
I tried camel. Camel was interesting.
I made some camel toe before.
I've never eaten iguana. Rodriguez reptiles. I raise chickens.
You caught it. That's all that matters, brother.
Yeah, I got
it.
I had to slip that in there. He told me I had to behave.
It's funny. I raise chickens and I do the same. Or I feed, I feed use their eggs for reptile food. But
yeah, I got a freezer full of chickens.
Right? I got baby chicks. I got frozen chicks. Makes tegus go nuts. I got to start packing weight on everybody that's lost weight. Brumation season is coming October.
Too bad you weren't one of them.
So, what was your first reptile getting into this?
The ball python.
No,
ball python?
Not when you were a kid. Talking about the business aspect of you.
Oh, talking about the business? Ball pythons. I started with ball pythons and breeding ball. Actually, no. So, funny story. I was like 12 years old and I bred my first boas on accident. I had a whole garage set up. Like, literally, it was dope. It was like probably like 8x8 or something. Hella small, right? But what I did was me and my buddy made shelves on the outer side of the garage. And, this room. It was a garage and then a little room on the side. and we made like outer reptile cages going around, stacked up to the ceiling, and then right in the middle, I had like a bookcase with 10-gallon tanks just filled with frogs that we caught and shit in Humboldt County and around California. And so I had a pair of boas, and literally those boas bred. That's when it started for me. I was like, ooh, I could make money. I went to the pet store, which was Connie's out here. They're not around anymore. But I went and sold them the red tail boas, and that's when passion started.
So, considering you've already bred and obviously you have experience in both, what's your opinion on what's harder and what's easier when it comes to like boas for live birth, for example, and pythons for eggs?
Well, so obviously live birth is always easier because you don't have to incubate, right? But as far as like ball pythons, I feel like it's all about temperature for me. Like if I lower the temperatures for ball pythons and boas, they seem to breed. So it's really about lowering the temperatures.
Listen, I bred a lot of stuff, but I ain't never bred ball pythons. I might have a couple, but never bred them.
Super easy, bro. Super easy.
I won't say who, but some illegal immigrant I know sold me a bunch.
That's why this one. That's why reverse green Uno card says otherwise, but
that's why he no longer has any females available.
Facts. Damn. I got one inchy female that's ready to breed that I'm selling.
You might need to message me.
All good. I got you.
Here we go.
and about milk snakes. I've been thinking about them.
I got hella different milks. Man, my milk snakes are at my storage. Like I have a whole nother storage just filled with snakes over there. I got some really nice baby milk snakes that I hatched out. I'm really proud of them.
So do your milk snakes bring all the boys to the yard or what?
It sounds like they're bringing this boy to the yard.
Right. Oh shit.
I'm trying to keep a serious face with it. Eric's a bad influence, guys. No.
Dang.
That was funny. So what is your favorite, out of everything you work with, what's your favorite species to actually like keep and work with?
That's a hard ass question because you know what? I love all my reptiles, to be honest, or otherwise I probably wouldn't keep them, you know what I mean? But
right.
Be honest. Damn, that is a hard ass question. I'm like trying to think which ones do I love because
just think which one holds that spot to your heart that would affect you the most if you didn't have or you lost.
Honestly, I think it would be my girl Rosie. Like she's a red tail boa. She's 9 foot, but I bring her to all the shows. People hold her, take pictures and all that stuff at the shows with her. And she's just so sweet. Like literally, I want to get her on my arm. It was her and I got a tattoo of TTR. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Of my chameleon. And so it got to be those two for me, honestly. Like TTR and Rosie, hands down.
Nice, man. So that's two. What is that? 2 in a row now that the favorite snake was a red tail.
Yeah. So I think
because
I am so disappointed.
That's not bad though. I like red tails. I getting back into like breeding and starting a business wise, that was actually what got us into doing that. Was we took in a rescue and then it took in a couple more. And then I was just like, you know what? I used to breed back then. Let's do it again. So then we just started like buying actual breeders and move it into different species and kept going from there. And now I'm over here with frogs, tarantulas, scorpions, and fucking you name it, I got them.
Right, I got chameleons, tarantulas, all that shit too.
Oh hell no with the spiders. New. Don't do it. I leave. I know how to hit the button.
You ain't gonna leave.
Yeah, so it sounds good.
I didn't see what happened. I was talking to Lucy and he walked in. He's all dad. I was like, what? He's all blah blah. And he walked away.
You could solo him.
Look at that, guys. A little versicolor. Oh, that camera ain't even picking up, guys. It's blue.
I see it in the top left corner.
Yeah, you can see it up there. You can't see the quality of color that it actually is.
Yeah, it's only that sucks. You know what you need? You need a ring light.
Right.
Boy, aren't you very bossy?
Hey man, 20 bucks at Walmart. That's why I love these ring. Dude, I love this ring light. It's the best 20 bucks I've ever invested. I legit.
Walmart?
Yeah, 20 bucks at Walmart, dude. That was it. That's all I put in this. It's a 14 or 16-inch ring light. And it came with a tripod and everything. All I got to do is just attach my phone into it, and then it's got a charging port in the back to where I can charge my phone while I'm on live with you guys, so it doesn't die in mid live. I can sit here.
Bro, you know how much that would be out here in the Bay Area? That'd probably be like $60.
20 bucks. I bought it. It was like 20 bucks. Oh, wait, Bay
Amazon,
Area? Oh, yeah, no.
Amazon or Walmart.com.
Right.
No, for Amazon that.
I got ripped off on my ring light. It's square.
It's square.
Yeah, but yours is cool, though.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. Eric, I always see you in your car when we're doing lives.
I'm always at work.
Dang.
Like, I'm at work for it's 12:48 my time right now. Technically, I shouldn't leave here till 2.
Oh, damn.
But I'm the boss, so I do what I want.
Nice. That's what's up. And probably night shift is way better, huh?
Yeah, not so many people here to deal with, just the group of guys I have, and it's peaceful.
That's what's up. That's cool. Oh, yeah.
So what do you think the hardest aspect was starting your business?
The hardest aspect? Honestly, I messed up starting it. I got a bunch of credit cards and started swoop, 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 swoop. And that's where I fucked up at. Can I cuss on here? My bad. I apologize if I'm not allowed to cuss on here. But
the children, bro. No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
I'm sorry, chillins. You should be in bed anyways. It's 10 o'clock.
I know, for real.
Or sorry, bye.
Yo,
hey,
tell us
bye,
Lucian, bro.
He's like jumping up and
down. Well, he just walked up in here. He's all he got a pizza in one hand and a Mountain Dew in the other. He's all, hey dad. I was like, didn't I tell you to go to bed like an hour ago? He's all blah blah, and they just walked away.
Hey, he said for the kids to go to bed, so Drew just left YouTube.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Oh shit. I feel like Drew should be in here, man.
He's actually gonna be our Friday. Drew's gonna be up on here on Friday. He is gonna be our next interview. Gonna get my little bro up in here.
Oh, I gotta make sure. Listen, I hope this guy's coming in to work my Friday. This is gonna be fun.
Oh shit.
Back over here in Central Cali, it's 65. It's 65 over there?
Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 61 degrees Fahrenheit.
61.
What the crap, dude? You know how hot it is in Arizona? Ask it, what's the temperature in Arizona right now?
Alexa, what's the temperature in Arizona?
Right now, in Phoenix, Arizona, it's 101 degrees Fahrenheit.
Fuck!
Yeah. Anybody else hear that? 101, and it's 10 o'clock.
Hey,
I'm good.
It's 69 here.
Bro, at 10 o'clock, dude.
10 o'clock, 101, bro. That's all I was like, fuck that.
Oh, he meant for the ring light, but I mean, I guess the temperature's the same about.
Bro, I would be like an ice cube and fucking melt, dude.
Hey, 69 degrees for me is hot.
The homie Adam said, Elon, Walmart got all the blogger stuff are hella cheap, bro.
Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna have to go stop by. But I'm not good at like technology and shit. So
hey, all you do is
hey, Lewis Family Reptiles.
They got multiple different brands of the ring lights, and just look at them and see and just read. And some have chargers, some don't. Which sometimes that ain't a big deal if you got a cord that you can right there where you put your tripod.
Yeah.
And
right.
It just
like I said, dude, this one came with a tripod. So I was cool with it. $20 came with a tripod, 16-inch light, It goes super bright, super dim, or I can control the tone. So like I can change color over here. So like not like Eric where it looks like the police, but like
It does.
bro, the
Listen,
first minute he gets this, he plugs it into his car and it looked like the police are pulling him over. He's like, I done messed up now. I was like, oh shit, here comes the real.
mine's a square, but you can make it a straight line too. And I had it on my dashboard, and I'm yep. All right, I can pull over the people I work with now.
That's cool.
So I go to jail.
Hey, for everybody new, I'm seeing a lot of faces in here, guys. Make sure to check the pinned comment. We are doing a 10% off giveaway for Zilla Footwear. If you guys are trying to get some awesome kicks from Zilla Footwear, 10% off. You can't beat it. You know, all right, so all you got to do is just put in hashtag Zilla in the comments. If you look at the pinned comment, you'll see that there at the bottom. That's all you got to do is smash that like button, be subscribed to the channel, and just type in hashtag Zilla, and you guys are good to go. And then I've already got an automatic comment picker that basically takes all that for everybody that's done it. And it'll pop up here, and then I just hit draw, and it'll pop up.
Look, you scared away the guest. Way to go.
No, I'm coming back.
Hey, come on. Let me lie to him and make him believe he did something wrong for once.
I'll put you in the back.
I'll do it again. Yeah, but you bring me back all the time, so it don't matter.
All right. So I promised Drew. Is Drew still on here? I can't see the comments or nobody.
No.
He might be in here. He just haven't commented in a while, but here, I'll put you solo. I'll see you bringing stuff out. What you got?
We got a Banja male.
Oh, is that for me?
Yeah, hey, Drew's still here. He said,
yeah, there you go. Ask him some questions about the Bay Area breeders, keepers, expo, herping out here, etc. Drew, stop trying to run my show. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Hey, this is the three big guys, not the kid that's up past his bedtime, okay?
I told Drew I'd pull out some chameleons, so here you go. A little Banja male I got. We are
Pipe
going
down, Pet Street.
$100 right now.
Man, this boy would be 600. Look at his colors, guys.
I know, dude. He's pretty. Look at that.
Hey,
He's got some like bluish purple, some orange coming under that throw. Man, that boy's pretty.
Hey, be happy he made the offer, not me.
He didn't say $50.
$50.
Oh, that's too much. I was gonna say 25. I don't
keep you say the word, and I'll put him back. I'll put him in the backstage. Hey, I got you.
I don't keep chameleons though.
Man, you should. They're awesome.
Nah, I like chameleons, dude.
Something for your YouTube channel. So
I like.
Say, I'm gonna try to see if I could get him to eat from my hand. Hold on, let me get a super warm.
Ooh, go solo him out. Let's do it. Does this count as a live feeding? No.
No, they only get offended and butthurt over rabbits and rodents.
I was gonna say, is Nerd gonna come get me now for doing this? No.
All right, let's see.
Boy, your hand kind of looks like tongs.
I know, right?
Come on.
Thinking about it.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Usually I feed him from his cage, so. And it's hot in here. Shit, I'm sweating.
I was gonna say, dude, you look sweaty already at the 61 degrees. I'm over here sitting at 101, and you over here sweating more than I am.
Yeah, let me get Sky. He'll eat it, no problem. Sky is a beast.
Is the worm alive?
Hey,
the worm is alive, Moon.
Moon, it depends on if it came out of the tequila bottle.
Hey, either way, man, as long as you eat it, it's extra protein.
All
right. Now, as I pull him off a solo, he about to come back. There he is. Look at him. This guy.
Ready, guys? Here he goes. He's getting it right now. Bam.
Boom.
Did you guys see that?
No, you were off camera, bro. You didn't even have it on camera.
Oh, hold on.
You were like far to the left. What was that?
Let me get another one. Hold on.
And then we'll tell you which way to. Hey, wait a minute. Which way to go? His left would have been. Our left would have been his right.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
My AC has been out the last couple days. Damn, yeah, if AC goes out here, that means death.
A little
All
bit
right,
more
guys, you ready?
Go to
to
your
your
right.
left.
Go to your right.
Yeah, right there.
A little more, right there. Boom! Look at it. Boom! Look at that tongue. Live action right there. Now nerd's gonna come get me. Great job. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, that tongue was kind of creepy. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, I love watching them eat, dude. The freaking tongue shooting out. It's cool when you get a bunch of babies too, because then when you put in like the flightless fruit flies, dude, you're just seeing tongues go nuts, just boom, 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 boom. Dude, I love it.
Yeah, until they get tongue tied together. What are you gonna do then?
You know what? I've only seen that happen one time when one went to hit it and the other one hit its tongue and they almost bit each other. That was weird. It threw me off. First time I ever seen it. That's the only
You know,
time I ever seen it.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Thanks a lot.
Dude, I love watching babies. Actually, you know, I think I threw them on my my Instagram. If you watch, I got some baby veils that were smashing freaking flightless fruit flies.
Why were you feeding them fruit flies? You know, when they are hatched out, you can feed them like 16.
Oh, that's all I had. I was waiting for my cricket order from Rainbow Mealworms, who should also sponsor us. No, so their enclosure was right next to the morning geckos, and I feed the morning geckos flightless fruit flies, especially the young babies.
Mhm.
And so I just had extra, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if they'll eat it. And I know they would, so I dropped some in there, and they're just
Nice.
dude. I love watching their tongues go nuts. I'm seeing new faces, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, smash that notification bell, and type in hashtag Zilla if you want 10% off your next order from Zilla Footwear. Some
Hey,
awesome shoes they got over there.
Why do our viewers? You only see no faces, you see names.
Damn.
I see
lie to the
faces.
viewers.
What you talking about? Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's a face. That is a beautiful face right there. See, you lie to me. You lying to people.
Again.
See, look what you did, Minty. Don't be offended by him. It's all right.
No, hey, Mitzi's on the poop list right now. She.
He said poop list.
I'm trying to be polite. You said I had to behave for an hour. I still got
I did tell you after an hour all
26 minutes and
bets
50
are off.
seconds.
Sorry, guys. I'm not here.
It's hashtag Zilla Fry. Hashtag.
You know
Mitzi
why,
said
Mitzi.
what?
Just think
Why?
about it. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Hey, he's complaining. Oh no, I gotta make sure there ain't no employees around. He's complaining, but my tea has rum in it. So
Like it.
I like it. I remember, man, when I used to work nights, me and the homies used to go like at break and lunchtime. We used to drink hella alcohol, go back and lump because I used to lump trucks and shit. So we just get hella fucked up and start lumping. That shit was great.
Damn. We learning some truths tonight, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
all right, next question.
So what's your favorite morph?
Oh shit.
You can pick any reptile. What sticks out to you the most where you're like, I like it?
That's another hard question because I like it all. You know what I mean? Like, but favorite morph, something I really, really like.
If it helps, you can pick one in snakes and one in lizards.
Sounds good. All right, I would do probably Banjas because like my boy right there, or even all right. So I got a purple lavender line. Nobody knows about this except for people who was at the last show. We brought out Trigger. He's a purple chameleon, and then we have a girl. Actually, she's right here. Her name's Lavender, and she's purplish, right? So we call it the lavender line. So probably that would be the most prettiest lizard or morph, I would say, is the lavender line or a banja. For snake, I always liked albino red-tail boas. I know it's like, but I like them. They've always been pretty to me.
Hey, listen, Darian's sponsor wants to know who in the hobby do you look up to?
Honestly, I gotta say Rodriguez Reptiles. No, I'm just kidding.
Why is he taller than you?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. No. So I have to look up to him. No, who do I look up to in the hobby? There's so many guys, honestly. If it wasn't for Steve Irwin, bro, I would have not have ever got into reptiles. So I gotta say, number one would be Steve Irwin. Number two would probably be Jay Brewer, Brian from JTK Reptiles. Who else? Why am I drawing a blank? But Kevin McCurley from Nerd, he's like a really, really big one. You know, I always watch his videos and stuff and learn a lot. Who else?
Hey, Fry's really happy you said Steve Irwin.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I love Steve Irwin, man. Like I grew up reading his books and everything. So yeah, I really appreciate Steve Irwin for a lot. Oh, I don't know if you guys remember Jeff Corwin. Yep. Watching him growing up and stuff. It was pretty much Jeff Corwin and Steve Irwin. The main two that I looked up to growing up with reptiles.
Right on. His son is just like him.
Yeah, he is. His son is. It's amazing.
Yeah, the videos I've seen with his son, I'd have to agree with that too.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Crazy.
And they're still got the Australian zoo going, so that's even awesomer. You know, they didn't shut it down when Steve died, and you know what I mean? I really want to make it out to Australia just so I could go see that.
Right?
That's a dream right there that I hope I could one day fulfill.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, what's your most anticipated pairing or hatching for this season?
The lavender line. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a beautiful chameleon with the purples. Like, it's literally going to be bright purples, and that's it. It's not going to have no greens or nothing like that. It's going to be a purple fucking chameleon. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see when the babies hatch out and then we grow them out, because if you know about chameleons don't get their colors till around 5 to 6 months. And so we will wait around that time, and that's when they just start coloring up. They won't really get the true color until like 8 months. You know what I mean? So that's probably the one I gotta say.
I'm actually curious to see how that ended up turning out.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not a chameleon person, but I'm going to have to be watching him now. I'm stalking his page really hard.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about this line. There's even people at the show was like, I want the babies when they hatch out. I was like, no. We're not going to just let the babies go. We got to wait at least 6 months, and then maybe even longer than that, just so I can see the colors. And
My boy out here playing the long game.
Yeah. Hey, he might have to keep some of them as holdbacks, though. I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
you got to keep that lineage strong.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. And it's abelobe, so you know what I mean? It's even going to be more interesting.
Yeah, see, a big word I can't even spell. I mean, to me, and this might be just a white guy thing, it sounds like it said Abercrombie. Whatever the hell.
Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Why did it do that? That was weird. So for some reason, I don't know if it's like a periodic thing or something, but my the other phone updated and it said that it went from 10 people putting hashtag Zilla to 2. I don't.
Hey, everyone that's still in here, hashtag Zilligan, just so we make sure we got you.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get you guys because it's. I mean, you guys can see right there. I don't know if it's popping up or not.
Yeah, it is.
But it says entries 2, and all it is just hashtag Zilla. Make sure you guys smash that in the comments, especially if you already liked and subscribed to the channel.
And if you're not liked or subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that button for my boy one time.
Yeah, what are y'all waiting on? You ain't got nothing better to do? I mean,
damn.
You're obviously sitting here right now watching us. Why not hit the button and watch us whenever you got free time?
Exactly. And don't forget, it's support and love. You know what I'm saying? So go show my boy some love, y'all. Like, don't be a
Hey, it's
hater.
not starting to pop up again. So
Hey,
Mitzi, yep. So it kicked Mitzi's off. Why did it do that?
I'm sorry to say, we big boys, we need a lot of love. So come on.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you guys.
for sure.
So what is your goal as a breeder?
Honestly, my goal as a breeder is to bring. Okay, so the reason everybody, like not everybody, but the reason I do reptiles is to see that kid's first initial time they get that reptile, and that brings me joy. You know what I mean? I love to see kids that never had a reptile, and then I'll go do a reptile show, right, for them, and they'll get to touch that first snake and that smile on their face and that awesome, like, oh my gosh, mom, I want a snake now. That's why I do reptiles, you guys. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for any of that. I do it for the joy of the children. I do it because I love the reptiles. I do it because it's fun and it's enjoyable. And so the money is just a plus. Like, honestly, I'm not making that much money. And honestly, I'm probably not even making no money, just enough to keep this afloat. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I started, I fucked up by doing hella credit cards. And I'm still paying on those credit cards still this day right now. So honestly, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But that's why I do it, is for the joy of the kids and joy of the people, and so people could get a really cool reptile, and one that we don't call them just reptiles, we call them family, because honestly, it's like having a dog, it's like having a cat. Yeah, it's a reptile, but it's still an animal, and that animal should be a part of your family. And so that's why we do this.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. My 10-year-old, his snake is his first snake when he was like 2.5. And before anyone freaks out, it was always supervised. It was like a 14-foot Burmese. Yeah,
Nice.
he would always go and look at her, and like, I get her out, and I know my snakes really well, but I'd always keep her head away and like eat pet her and stuff. And like right now, his favorite snake, what he claims is his, is a 7-foot hypogranate head albino.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It'd be better if Darren gave me the one behind him, but he keeps telling me no.
What's
Hey,
the one?
listen, a hypogranate.
Yeah,
I feel
Actually,
your pain, though, except for minus the credit cards. Mine was always like money and cash right out the bank. That's why I'm stuck living on ramen noodles.
oh shit. My wife won't let me do that. I believe we should do the same thing and get tuna. It's cheap.
Hey, listen, you can make delicacies with ramen and some cheese and some different meat. I mean, it works.
Man, tell me about it. I don't know if you guys know about spread, but man, I used to eat spread all the time. Now, if you don't know about spread, then that's a good thing. But
Yeah.
people know about spread, and
I think it might just be me and you on this panel that know about spread.
Yeah.
No, dude, I was a ramen kid. That's it.
I guess you're right.
I was one of them kids. I was so poor. All I got was ramen, bro. They're like, here you go. I'm like, do I even get water? They're like, you be all right. No,
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, sweetheart, that's above your head. You just missed the hole.
nah, I'm just joking. Nah, Destiny's not here. That was me. I stole her phone. She's grounded. She don't get a phone. No, I have her old one. I got her old phone, so that way I can keep track of who all puts hashtag Zilla in the comments to make sure that it's actually putting everything in there.
How many people are actually watching right now?
We have 10. If you look at the top left, it should tell you. It should pop up for you.
No.
Right now we have 10. We've been jumping between 10 and 20 for like
we're
the past
backstage,
15 minutes.
when we're backstage, it don't tell me and him. It'll tell you because you're the host, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we've been jumping between 20 and 10 this entire night.
Nice.
Let's see. So if you had a chance to or slash all the permits, experience needed to own one or a pair of anything in the world, any reptile, what would it be and why?
Honestly, my goal one day is to get Eastern Indigos. I just love the way they look. They're all black. They're super beautiful. They're like MBKs, except bigger and prettier to me. They are a colubrid as well, but they eat other snakes. They eat snakes, frogs, rats, mice. They eat everything, and I think that's just awesome. Like that's what really got me into snakes is when they started eating rodents and other snakes and stuff. I was like, oh, that's super cool, like the dinosaurs, you know what I mean? But that's what I gotta say is Eastern Indigo is my number one what I want. And one day I will have a pair.
I like indigos, dude. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel you there.
Heck yeah. One day. They're expensive as shit, but one day.
Well, it's because they're, if I remember correctly, indigo, Eastern indigo, or indigo and period are actually almost endangered, aren't they?
Easterns
Yeah, I
are.
think so. Easterns are, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
can
I automatically like this comment here because
only purchase from a known breeder that
Yep.
pretty much.
no. So my thing is here is I like that you took it not only because the animal's super cool, but now it also helps conservation wise because now you're adding more to that population. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That's actually the reason I started that question is I know, there's a lot of cool animals and a lot of people wish they could work with a lot of different things. I like it because then it puts people, and I don't want to say it like puts people in two different categories, but then but you see who really thinks about conservation and education with these animals as to where, oh, I want this Komodo dragon because this Komodo dragon is just a fucking Komodo dragon. It's cool as hell. So like, there's those two different aspects of, oh, this could further my project or further this, or these are beautiful animals and I want to see them for generations to come.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that. I love that answer. That's actually one of the very, very first answers that we've got that I genuinely can say that I love the meaning behind it.
Oh, and he was pretty definitive too on like how they look and everything.
For sure. So I like that. That actually like makes me really happy knowing that like somebody that I consider a good friend is also like like-minded like that. So I like that, bro. That's dope.
Yep.
So if you had advice for someone wanting to get into the hobby or get into breeding, what would your advice be to them?
Honestly, everybody told me breed what you love and what you like to do. I must say that is probably the truth behind it. If you don't like it, you're not going to want it. And if you don't want it, because in this hobby, you keep a lot of holdbacks, you keep a lot of snakes that you can't sell sometimes, you keep a lot of chameleons you might not be able to sell at the price you want to sell it for. So make sure you breed what you love and what you want to be able to put back into the hobby. Like what you were saying with conservation, you know what I mean? The Eastern Indigo, breed those because, you love to breed them. But not only that, you're also helping to keep them in the hobby. You know what I mean? So you would have to think on that type of basis. You know what I mean? That's for me, at least.
No, I like it, dude. I like it. That's and the reason I asked this question is, and I kind of go into a little bit of detail every time when I ask it, is I love asking this question specifically to every breeder because when they're giving advice, like you're giving advice without thinking of it. It's like as if you're talking to yourself if you were just getting back into it, It's advice that it's advice that you have taken from others, put into your own business, and now if you're talking to yourself about to get back into get into breeding, you're basically passing on advice you would give to yourself. So I like that because I know, and I tell this to a few people, is there are people that watch this or watch these who are used and watch these interviews with people that they literally watch just this part, just this segment, to because they want to get into breeding, they want to do it, but they haven't really thought it all the way through. So they're still considering, hey, should I turn this small collection into a minor business, or into just start breeding my own animals? And so, when things are repetitively said, like, like, don't bite off more than you can chew, make sure you work with what you love, or else it's just going to become another job. If you don't love these animals and love what you're doing, you're going to get tired and burned out of the daily cleans, the daily the feeding, the watering, all this other stuff, the daily day-to-day maintenance, on all these animals. You're not going to enjoy working with everything if you continuously see it as work.
Yeah. And it's funny you said that. I was actually talking to Drew today about that. Like, we're constantly cleaning every day. Like, I was at the storage today, cleaning, feeding, watering all the snakes. That's an everyday thing, if not every other day. Especially with the chameleons, you got to feed every day. You need to spray every day, especially if you don't have drippers or misters. You have to clean the cages, the leaves, the bottom of the cages. There's so much work that goes into this that people just don't understand. And they're like, oh, I could do that. I just want to make $1. No, it's not even about the money. If you're doing this because of the money, don't do it. Stay out of it.
Wrong business.
Wrong business. Because this is for people that want the passion, that love the reptiles, that really want to be like, ooh, I want to see this and see what I can make. That's why I got into breeding, is because I like to see that snake. Like I was talking about the milk snakes that I bred. I bred out some milk snakes that were orange, that were black, red, and orange lines, circles going around it. I'm like, ooh, this is beautiful. This is why I breed. Like, I get excited over breeding this stuff and seeing the stuff that I'm producing. You know what I mean?
I know what I'm getting.
Nope.
But listen, like, that was a good question. Damn it. That was a good question. And that was a good answer, because if anybody here, other than probably YouTube, knows about holdbacks and like how much upkeep it is, I would have to say it's probably me.
Yeah.
I have 28 Burmese.
And he's
not joking.
Good bill. Dang.
That's all right. I told everybody I'm gonna cut down on tegus, and I'm over here keeping four babies out of these high white reds, and I still got all these adults. And I'm talking about if these other females don't sell anytime soon, or like soon, I'm probably gonna be holding back 4 more females out of these high white reds. So I'm already over here about to start pushing 50 something freaking tegus.
Dang.
All right, so I got a good question, because he mentioned the whole breeding thing. Now, you'll get variances of opinions on everybody on about if you're going to start breeding. We'll use ball pythons, for example, on what you should invest in first, gene wise, yada yada yada, quality wise. What do you feel? Do you feel you buy something that's a powerhouse pack female, or do you buy something that's okay females and then buy a powerhouse male down the road and throw to everything?
That's a great question. So I'm glad you asked that, actually. So it depends. Are you super rich, or are you like me when I started out, super poor? Now, if you're super poor, you go with the hets. You go with the het pied, and then maybe a normal, or het pied, and then another normal het pied. And then once you get that down the line, what is it, 2-3 years, you breed those two, you get another, you might get then you breed that back and get a visual eventually, and then you take that visual. So it depends how much time, how much money you want to put into the hobby. If you could get a visual, so I'll use, like you said, ball python. So I would get if I could and afford it, a visual pied male, and then maybe get a het pied female. And that way I'll get some visual pieds, and then keep some of those back, and then maybe do the same thing and keep going on and on and on. So you sell your product, you sell your snake, and then you get what you want with the money that you sold your snake for. That way you keep your hobby going, and you're not tapping in like I do to credit cards and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? If I would have known this when I started, then I would have done that. I would have just got a visual and a het pied, and then made babies, took the babies, sold those, got this snake and that snake, and then you know what I mean? So would have did it that way.
All right, another question. Like, I'm ever running dairy right now because of our hobby has ever grown. I mean, stuff pops up all the time.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do it as a business stuff, you think you should start and have like an end game plan, like where you want a goal you want to reach, or what do you do?
I absolutely agree with having an end game plan. My end game plan is to one day own a reptile store here in the Bay Area. There's not that many where I'm at. Actually, there's none on the peninsula. The closest would be Hayward, which is Reptile Room. That's a whole nother story. If you know anything about them, then you know about them.
I'm in Pennsylvania, too far away.
Yeah. Well, the only good reptile store, I'll keep it 100, is East Bay Vivarium out here. And they're all the way in Berkeley. And, like, they got knowledge, wisdom. They really know what they're doing. You know what I mean? And they've been doing this. You heard of East Bay Vivarium?
Yep.
So, yeah, exactly. There you go. So, all the way in Pennsylvania, you know about East Bay Vivarium. So, that tells you something. Excuse me. But, so, therefore, that is my end goal, is one day to either have to have a pet store, or a reptile store, and own a warehouse one day. So that way I can have my breeding facility in the back, reptile store in the front, and I can do what I'm doing like I do at the expos.
Oh, since he left, I got this. He should put himself backstage. But anyhow, I got him covered. He knows that. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Well, considering you breed and sell stuff, now whenever you're selling something, and you find, do you like try to feel out the buyer, like ask him questions, or you'd be like, all right, give me that money. Here's your snake, or animal, you're out?
Nope, absolutely not. I won't sell the snake. I ask questions. And if they are a first-time buyer, I make sure to let them know the knowledge of the snake. We're not Petco guys or PetSmart or anything like that. We are breeders. So therefore, we need to give the customer information that PetSmart and Petco is not going to give them. We're going to give them how big the snake gets. You get in a retic, we're going to tell you it's going to get 20 foot. We're not going to tell you it's going to stay 6 feet, okay? We're going to tell you all this, the temperatures. We're going to tell you the husbandry, which is a very, very important thing, is the husbandry, guys. If you don't have proper husbandry, your snake can die. Trust me. And that's what's very, very important, is husbandry is number one, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong or whatever, but in my opinion, husbandry is very important. We'll tell you what to feed the snake. We'll tell you the temperatures of the reptiles, not only exclusive to snakes, but any other reptiles that we are selling. We will tell you what you will need, the enclosure, how big of an enclosure you will need when it's an adult. We'll tell you all this information because we want you to have a successful family member, and that's what we do. We educate. Well, my business card actually says this: we educate you for the long run, because it's going to be a long run. You're going to keep this reptile for a very long time, and that's our end goal.
A lot of these animals live 20 plus years.
Exactly. Shoot, tortoises live 100 plus.
I'm glad.
I'm about to say, did I tell you right now, this little baby tortoise right next to me, this dude's probably going to outlive me.
Yeah, he's going to outlive all of us right here. I'm bottom line, but I'm glad he said that, because that shows ethics. Because I had this conversation with somebody just not too long ago. They had a heck of a chance of the deal at some ultra ivory taggers, right? Retics.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, listen, I got this deal with this. And he goes, talking to the guy, he told me they're going to say, and he gave me, a size wise, and he gave me a percentage wise. And I told him, I was like, I've been doing reptiles for 20 plus years now. I was like, big snakes have been my go-to. I mean, I'm a big guy. In my opinion, I feel kind of weird running around with these itty bitty ball pythons. But then I'm, hold the burners, but 75% mainland, and he goes 25% JMP. I'm like, you understand JMPs get 15 plus feet still. Yeah. I'm like, you're gonna have a big snake. I'm like, you're not huge. I'm like, I was like, don't get me wrong. I'm not selling you away from a reticulated python. They're smart as long as you work with them and you're willing to put your time in.
Yeah.
They will be one of the most rewarding pythons you can work with.
Absolutely. I agree with that too.
I was like, but if you're just one of them guys that got them for the wow factor and you're not ready to have something that's going to be that big, I wouldn't go that. I mean, if you want a big snake, and this is what I tell everybody, I'm like, if you want a big snake and you want something that's not going to that's not going to have like usually doesn't have a huge feeding response, you're going to want to go with like a berm. Honestly, they're not as active. If you want something that's not as active and not as aggressive feeder, my berms are pretty mellow. I put a lot of time and stuff in them, and yeah, I agree with Grim too. There's a lot of people buying these big snakes that shouldn't own them. Then you get people like, us that keep reptiles and like, all right, well, we got to make sure these get in the right hands, and we'll go pick them up. For example, Darien up there was behind him. He acquired because the person was moving, couldn't take him with him, so he did the right thing. He goes, I can handle these. I'm gonna pick them up, make sure they live a happy life. And that's like with me. Like at one point in time, I had over 180 boas and berms and retics and stuff.
Yeah,
that's a lot of poop to clean.
Yeah.
Dude, you're telling me these three behind me ate, and yesterday, man, I come in here and it reeked, and I knew exactly what it was, dude.
Your breath?
Nah, your mom had been here.
That was after she left the ass.
Or your sister. No.
My sister couldn't fit through your doorway.
I mean, hey, dude, I saw a skunk running down the road, and I feel like it looked familiar, so...
Nah, I've been at home or work. I mean, you can't blame me. But like, and also, what up, Chris? But that's also
flex it in the house.
A lot of people take, yeah, what we do ultimately, like when you're in this hobby, a lot of us are considered outcasts because we deal with reptiles, and like a lot of people, look down on that, but that's because they haven't experienced it. Like, don't be afraid. We need to, as a community, in a positive way. Like, if I'm going to say this. I'm going to try this week is going to try to touch two subjects in a public setting where we're like person to person or whatnot, or we're like there in person talking to people. We need to do it as positive as we can without, showing all of our animals in a good way. I think a lot of the negativity we have from other breeders and reptile owners and whatnot coming on and doing stuff and putting people out there is hurting us even more than the people posting the stuff.
Yeah, and that's why I said we got to educate people. You know what I mean? Like, I love that Nana Daddy's life is from the Bay Area, but like I do a lot of reptile shows, and when I do these reptile shows, I'm educating people here in the Bay. I'm educating people that I'm talking to. Like, people will come up to me and be like, I'm scared of snakes. I ask them, why are you scared of snakes? The number one answers I get, movies and because of their parents. And so I say, here, touch the snake, hold it, see how it is. You know what I mean? Feel it. And then they're like, you know what? This is not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not. It's actually, a snake is a really, really smart animal, if you believe it or not. They're super smart. So that's why it's important that us as hobbyists or reptile people, we need to educate people that don't know about reptiles, because that's another opportunity for people to get into the hobby. And conservation, which is number one as well, is that this person could be so smart that he could keep a let's use the Fijian iguana. All right, that's going extinct, right? But if he's so smart, this person could maybe bring those back, and then we could put them back into the wild. I know there's I can't remember the reptile there is, but I read an article where they are actually they were extinctist reptile, right? And they put this dude was breeding so many, and they had a couple people breeding them, but they put those reptiles back into where they came from, and now they're not on the extinct list no more, just because he
I feel like
started
it's the
listening.
Abronia.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a certain species of Abronia.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's why it's important for us to educate people so we can get these reptiles back, especially the ones that are on the instinct list. We could get these reptiles back into their homes or where they come from.
Ouch. Hey,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the reason I'm working with the Cyclura, which is the rhinoceros iguana. You know, is they're on the endangered list right now, and you know, there a lot of people are breeding them in captivity, so they'll never go extinct in captivity. But in the wild, I mean, I feel like my kids will see them go extinct in the wild unless we do something about it.
well,
So I'm trying to be a part of the solution by, you know, breeding trying to breed these guys in captivity, and maybe if there's so many in captivity, we'll be able to, like you were saying, you know, be able to put some back in the wild.
Yeah.
Because you know, insurance colonies is the greatest thing that we can do for animals like that. You know, is one of the best things we can do is have insurance colonies. The one that really needs help right now is the Chinese alligator.
Yes.
You know, I actually had the privilege to get up close with the Chinese alligator, or actually got to get up close with two of them, but it was at the same facility, and they have a insurance colony here at the Herpetological Sanctuary, or Phoenix Herpetological Sanctuary, and I mean it was simply amazing being able to get that close to to that animal, and to be able to not only film that animal, but to try and educate people about it. And I actually hope to be able to go back here soon. I got to get a hold of the head person and see if we're able to do a more in-depth video with just the crocodilians that they have there, and try to talk about the education and conservation that they are doing for these endangered crocodilians that they have there at the Phoenix Herpetological Sanctuary.
That'd be super awesome.
We lost Eric. He turned his camera off, and he's going to bed. He's at work. But so how can everybody find you or find your pages?
Diamond Reptiles and Supplies on Instagram, Facebook. I also have a YouTube channel, Diamond Reptiles and Supplies. On that channel, I did interviews with Brian Cusco. I did interviews with Jay Brewer. We went to his shop and stuff, showed you around. We also have interviews with Brian Gundy. We have interviews with Miguel from Involving Pythons. So that's on YouTube. I haven't done a YouTube segment in probably at least a year now, but those are still up on there if you guys want to check that out on Diamond Reptiles and Supplies on YouTube. But mostly Instagram and Facebook.
That's awesome, bro. I didn't know you over here, you know, bumping shoulders with the big names. Look at you, bro.
hey, listen.
You over here, this man over here, like monetized and stuff. Didn't even tell me. Watch. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm glad he brought up some of the names, because I just want to make that everyone that's in our viewers, y'all don't be afraid to reach out to these people that you see are like big names and stuff, because like, for example, Brian Gundy and Miguel, and a lot of these guys are like down to earth people. They don't have big egos. I mean, you will see that in our hobby.
Yeah,
but they're willing to help if they work with that species and talk to you.
Absolutely.
Because their number one thing that started them in this hobby was their passion for the animals. Now, yes, they make a lot of money because they do what they do, and they do what they do good.
Yep. Absolutely.
For sure, yeah. No, that's our big things. I want to actually try to get some some of them on here. I actually reached out to one or two of them, and that is in the works right now. I do apologize for the barking in the background if you guys are able to hear it. That is my dogs. An ambulance drove by, and they feel that if they bark, it somehow helps the ambulance. I don't understand dog logic.
I
Um,
was gonna say they're just being dogs.
yeah. Um, I see a couple people or a couple extra people up in the comments section. For those that are new here, guys, we are doing a spin for a 10% off code for Zilla Footwear. If you guys are trying to get some awesome kicks from Zilla Footwear.
Go check them out, guys. They have some awesome shoes. Like they have chameleons, they have iguanas, they have all types of stuff on the shoes. And
There
honestly,
is a new pair for those that like Venomous, who have been asking me when are they going to drop Venomous shoes.
I know who that
There
is.
will there will be a familiar face on some shoes here very soon. And it is basically the same species as Karen. And for those that don't know who Karen is our Crotalus atrox, the Western Diamondback.
I'm,
Um,
I'm on a side note, I'm gonna stop you for one second. I'm glad you brought up venomous. And like we've been talking about how we've been changing people's our views on stuff. And like I'm glad I'm gonna bring this up because you're here, Grim's here, I'm here. A lot of people, like if we don't educate, people are gonna think that, all these animals are just out to cause harm. All these reptiles stuff because, there's so many stories, so much BS, so much scripted content on YouTube and television and stuff. Like, if you're in the wild, 9 out of 10 times you come across anything that's venomous, they just want left alone.
exactly.
Even in captivity, like you talk to any venomous keeper you have in captivity, you know, almost any of them. Let me clarify that. I'll tell you that most of these animals
Want to be left
don't
alone.
really want to bother with us. They don't want to interact with us. They just want to live their lives.
Yeah,
Yep.
that actually reminds me of a time I was hiking in the Oakland Hills and there was a gopher snake. All it wanted to do was get away and just slithered right past us and went into the yard or into the shrubs and stuff. And that's what they want to do. They just want to get away, be left alone. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, don't be scared of them. Don't scream. I mean, that's why a rattlesnake has a rattler is to warn us. Hey, I'm here. Get away. Get away. You know what I mean? Just walk
Yeah,
the other way. They're not going to chase you. They're just going to go their way. You go your way. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like you said, rattlesnakes rattle. Like gaboons will exhale, and rhinos and like the Bitters family exhale real loudly. Cobras have that growl and stuff. Like, I mean, everything has their way of warning you.
Yeah.
It's just, are you going to listen?
That's even freaking corn snakes have their way of warning you. They act like a rattlesnake or a king snake will start like
The
rattlesnake.
rat snakes I've had, oh my God.
They do the same thing.
Yeah. I've had to do a lot of rat snake removal from people's homes stuff out here. Like, and the only reason that I got into that is because friends like, hey, my buddy's a snake guy. He goes, I can talk to them about him about coming out, maybe helping you clear out some of these from your house and relocating them, which I do. And then they ask me, can you snake proof the house and stuff? I'm like, yeah, and I'll willingly go in and do this for free. And they sit there and argue with me, the pay and this and that. And I'm like, you're buying the supplies, you're doing this and that, you're spending time, money. I just want to make it so you're not going to worry. I'm not have to worry about, you're hurting something that's killing off, you know, field mice and rodents and varmints and stuff that might kill crops and stuff. Like we talk about invasive species and stuff, but I mean, point fact of the matter is the most invasive species on the earth is us.
Yeah.
We don't have to build over all this land. We can build up. We have the technology. We have the knowledge. We have the know-how. Why keep taking their land?
And I agree with you 100%. Like I was just talking to one of my buddies even like 2 days ago about this. Like, why do we keep on building? Why don't we build up? Or you know what I mean? Because honestly, they were here before us. The animals and reptiles were here way before us. You know what I mean? Why are
Well,
we taking their land over?
yeah, I mean, we have such a habit throughout history of overtaking stuff that doesn't belong to us.
Yeah.
And you think with us talking about how we want to learn and how smart we are and stuff, and all the conservation we're trying to do, well, why destroy their land and try to keep them conserved in cages and enclosures and stuff when we can save spots of land and stuff for them?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree with that.
I mean, like my brother, he's in the military. He travels around. He owns a place in Florida. And like I remember the phone call I got from him the one day at 5:30 in the morning, and he goes, "I don't know what to do." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know what to do?" He goes, "I'm pretty sure I just, caught a snake that can kill me." What do you mean kill you? And here he caught a little pygmy rattlesnake on his back porch. And then he was showing me the back porch. Behind there's a water canal, and like he was explaining to me about the crocodiles and alligators stuff. I told him what he could do, to tend to keep them away and like coming out in his yard. And like I told him how to handle snakes, and I gave him a link where the supplies to grab a pair of snake tongs that he could pick the snake up, safely remove it, rehome it somewhere else, and let it out, and not to kill it.
Yep.
I mean, but it's a shame that we're letting our legislators and stuff put these laws and stuff in effect that a lot of our military and stuff are fighting for our freedoms, and a lot of our military and stuff keep the animals.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See, Darian doesn't usually let me on these interview lives, but I'll voice myself.
And that's what's up. That's good, though. We need more voices out there. All of us could be a voice.
And there's a lot, and like even with the big names and the stuff that people look up to, there's a lot of good when it comes to some stuff. There's a lot of bad. There was names mentioned tonight, and which I'll probably talk to. Can't remember hit for the life of me. Diamond Reptiles one time off of a live and let him know my for some stuff, but
yeah,
the name you mentioned. But like, if we stop bringing the negativity and promoting it toward the people doing stupid stuff in our hobby, we'd be better off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yay, Mr. J.
Hey, I'm driving right now, Darian. So if something cool pops up or whatnot, you might have to read it to me.
Yeah. Okay, so the one thing, I don't know if you read, did you read Grimm's comment?
I like it.
So the famous words of Steve Irwin: "We don't own the planet Earth. We belong to it, and we must share it with our wildlife."
100%.
100%. Because like, who are we to say that hey, we're taking this, and this? We're not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
All of these animals that are invading Earth live longer than us. And it's a shame on some of the stuff. Like, and I watch videos, and like going back to another thing. Whenever you guys, everyone that's in this chat are watching these videos of these people wrangling these animals or doing this and that and stuff, and then you hear people like me or Grim or Darian or Diamond Reptiles or I can name a ton of names trying to explain to you and tell you that the animals we keep aren't what people are trying to make them out to seem. Watch the videos and watch us interact with animals. Watch the way like when people play with cobras and stuff. Watch the way a lot of these guys will antagonize their animals to get that reaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually seen a video like that where the kid was, had a red-tailed boa or maybe it was a blood python, and he purposely tried to get it to strike at him. And it's like, dude, why would you antagonize the snake? You know what I mean? The point is to have the snake.
I think I know exactly what video you're talking about too.
Can I make a comment, Todd, in a video on your live, and I'll take grief for it?
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I don't like, and I was on YouTube, well, not YouTube, Instagram, and I scroll through a lot of stuff. Like when it comes to reptile stuff, I have so much stupid knowledge in this bad head of mine; it's ridiculous. But
It explains that.
And Darian will admit to that. I do have a lot of knowledge.
He is pretty smart.
I I was watching, and I disagreed with his buddy too. That where I seen that shared the thing. This guy's name is, and if y'all are friend with him, I'm sorry. Meso Creatures. I watched him interact with a blood python, and he acted and flung this thing around was ridiculous. You're talking, and I'm a guy that's been working with reptiles for 20 plus years. That blood pythons, reticulated pythons, Burmese pythons, anacondas, rock pythons, like all that stuff, the mean stuff. That was me. I love that stuff. There was no way for him, no way for them to act with that stuff. And like, I'm gonna call another one. Like, if y'all follow the Hood Tarzan, in my opinion, he's a joke. I watched him when that ball python was coming out of the cage. The way he reached over real fast, grabbed that thing by the head, and pulled it out. No, and he just risked hurting that animal for what? For views? No, I'm not all about that.
I agree.
I know what you're talking. I know exactly what video you're talking about with the blood python too. That actually rubbed me the wrong way, dude. There was no need for that at all. I mean, dude, he was whipping that snake left and right. How that thing was okay was just ridiculous. I don't even know, dude. I feel like that snake was hurt. And blood pythons are really, heavy-bodied animals. So to be flung around like it was and then smack the ground as hard as it did, that pissed me off to the point to where I almost started some shit over it, dude. That was ridiculous.
Uncalled for.
It was, dude. There was no reason for it. Now, like, he could have, and what he should have done and what he could have done is two different things. He could have, should have, would have, but at least he was smart enough to take that video down, but not before multiple people downloaded said video and started resharing that video. And I mean, it was ridiculous. It looks like it's in a bedroom, and he's flinging this heavy-bodied blood python around. And I mean, he's thrown it into a bed. He threw it towards the wall, smacked it on the floor. Like it bumped into the cage a couple times. Like, he's just whipping it and spinning it around as if it's some type of like gaboon viper or something that is really gonna mess him up, like a venomous. And that whole thing could have been avoided if he used hooks and just did what he needed to do and manipulated the snake to do what he needed it to do. But for views, you could tell he was over exaggerated with it for views, and also, it was ridiculous.
And also, if you do have a snake like that, I just want to elaborate real quick, is if you have a snake like that, guys, you could use a snake hook. It's called hook training. If you take a hook, right, and you pet the snake, then take him out and you hold that snake, he'll get used to that. And then you feed him without touching him with the hook. You just feed him right away. He's going to know the difference between the feeding and the hook. Oh, feeding time, boom. Hook time, okay, he's going to take me out. And I used this before. I actually done this, so I'm talking from experience. Hook training does work, guys. So
facts. Oh, I said facts, dude. That's all of these behind me, all hook trained. The only difference is the golden child at the bottom, which is down there. That one still hates my freaking guts. But this one, the second I open that cage, it's go time. She thinks food. Once I rub her with that hook, puppy dog. She knows she's coming out. She knows she's going to hang out with everybody. Dude, I tell everybody, and I even recommend ball training with big lizards. Target training with big lizards is a huge benefit to you and the animal.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, there's no need for fucking what that dude was doing with the blood python. That's fucking ridiculous. And
no, it was bad, dude.
Yeah, I ain't even got words for it. That's how fucked up it was.
The way he acted is the way I would compare it. Like, if you're, I don't know how much experience you have with like venom stuff. If you're handling like a big cobra that's tail wrapped your wrist or something like that, and you just move your hand trying to get it to turn or something like that. But he was flailing on a short-bodied, heavy-bodied snake.
Yeah, and there's no need. Take the fucking bite. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with red tail boas that are 9 foot that bit me. You know what? Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, you might bleed a little bit. Who gives a fuck? At least you're not hurting the animal. All right, take the fucking bite. You're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a blood python. You know what I'm saying? Take the fucking bite. Yeah, they're a hard hitter. I've been bit by a blood python, yes. But you know what? Who cares? At least you're not going to hurt the snake. That snake didn't ask to be in your fucking collection. All right.
Yep.
You know, he didn't say take me into your home. You took that snake into your home. Treat that snake with fucking respect.
As while we sit here on here, and I know these two guys probably agree with me. If any of y'all come across anything that's too aggressive for you to have, instead of giving it to some idiot, contact me. Contact one of them, maybe. We'll find the right place for them to go.
Absolutely.
I mean, like just like that the tegu that just got dropped off here, GCG Reptiles. It was too aggressive for them, and they couldn't safely house it without the stress of this animal getting out and hurting somebody. And so they drove it all the way from Illinois, all the way up to Arizona for me to have this animal, to take care of this animal in an attempt to rehabilitate it. Granted, it is not working. That thing hates the world and wants to kill anything that moves, including other tegus.
Hey, I'm glad you have one just like me.
Yeah, dude, he's bad. He's worse than the tegus that came from Florida that were wild caught. He's like 6-7 times worse than they are. But at least they get along with each other. This tegu wants to kill other tegus, wants to kill anything and everything that moves. I watched him bite his own tail because he thought that it was something else other than like himself.
So I actually got 2 stories, right? One is I got a wild tegu from I can't remember his name, but it was a wild tegu from Florida. And then I had one tegu I got that this dude was mistreating the tegu, so we had to go into his house and take these animals out because he literally had like dead animals and shit. So anyways, so we went in there and took these animals out of there to give them a better situation. And let me tell you, both tegus, because maybe you're hearing this and you're thinking, oh, tegus, I don't want a tegu. No, tegus are able to be docile. Now I could literally hold the tegu from Florida. She used to want to bite all the time. Now I could hold her, touch her, and pet her. The same with the other one. I actually just sold her to a gentleman that is loving her to death. And she used to be super bitey. If you just try to touch her, she'll come out their hand and try to bite you. I actually been bit by it before. I had to wear a glove, but now she's super chill. So I just want to say, if you're getting the wrong message about tegus, guys, tegus are very docile. There's actually videos on YouTube that tegus could be puppy dog trained, like literally come running and you could pet them, and they're super docile creatures, guys.
I mean, dude, them babies. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, them babies you got are freaking tame as can be.
Yeah. Yeah. They're super chill.
What advice would you give a new BCI keeper?
A new BCI keeper. Red tail boas, honestly, just make sure you have the proper enclosure, like we were talking about, husbandry. Make sure you're feeding it, watering it, cleaning its cage. Make sure your temperatures are on point, and that BCI will love you. Like we were talking about, if you want to hold it, hook training. That is the best way to be able to hold your red tail boa without having any problems with it. Because I know I'm working with a red tail boa right now. It's a male baby hypo, and literally this dude is a fucking jerk. So I'm constantly hook training, and as soon as I touch it, all right, that's what it does. So I'm hook training it, and slowly but surely he's starting to get a hang of it. Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to a coworker.
But he's starting to get it. So if you need to hook train, and then yeah, that's pretty much it for the BCI red tail boas.
I couldn't agree more, man. I couldn't agree more. I mean, BCI, it's always good. I mean, they're opportunist eaters, so it's always good to make sure you do the hook training, because I mean, and one moment that thing thinks you're food, and you take the wrong response, that thing they hit hard.
Well, everyone's an opportunistic feeder.
True, but they're a heavy-bodied, large constrictor.
A lot depends on locality stuff. We get a BCI, such a loose terminology in the boa community.
Oh, constrictor and parotid.
Yeah,
Yep.
but like there's the dwarf species of BCIs and so on.
Well, actually,
Sure.
the dwarf species of BCI is actually bloods. That's the dwarf species that come from Argentina.
I'm going to mark you down as a fail, sir. You're
What do you
forgetting
mean?
about. Look, he's like, oh man, you're forgetting about like, oh, let's see. There's Nicaraguans. There's a couple other localities I can't remember off the top of my head right now because it's been 16 years or something, I guess, since I played with boas.
Hey, I'm gonna let you two talk about this for a second. I gotta turn my camera off real quick. I gotta deal with the boy real fast. He's
Good.
he's
We
over
got
there
you, kid.
yelling
We
at me.
don't need you. We don't need you. We got this.
We got
All right,
this.
cool.
Yeah, but no, bloods are mostly a dwarf species.
Well, blood's a morph, not a dwarf species or anything like that.
Right, but if you look up where bloods come from, the morph comes from actually, I believe, maybe it's not Argentina. I know it's one of those countries like the Spanish countries, but they is a dwarf species.
Yeah, but Grim, you're getting a big too, because Bolivians, Surinames, Guyanas, and stuff.
Those are
They're up there in size.
Yeah, no, they're about 8 foot and up. Surinames.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. I got one female Suriname.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing that we're speaking of them few names I mentioned. Said person one of the people had another person alive, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is my BCC." I'm like, "It was me." There and a couple other people, and we're trying to explain to them, how to tell a boa constrictor from an imperator, like saddles, everything like that.
Yeah.
They weren't having it.
Some people just don't want to know the knowledge. They just want to think they're right. And that's fine. I mean, if you want to think you're right, but you're not going to get the true.
Oh, it is just us.
It is just us.
I got this.
That was like funny. But yeah, if people don't want to listen to the knowledge, what could you do?
Yeah. And like said here, if you guys anyone in here ever has questions, and now y'all can look at the chat too and see some of these other names in here and not feel, I can almost guarantee everyone in here, you can feel free to message and contact one way or another, whether it's IG or whatnot, and they will help with any knowledge and info they have or lead you in the right spots.
Absolutely. Like, you could give me a call, you know what I mean? I don't mind helping at all. That's what I would rather have you do, is call me or Eric or Darian or for Reptiles Drew, or you know what I mean? Give me a call, 510-978-8901. That's my personal number. I have the phone right here, and I will call and answer any questions. If I don't know the answer, I will call one of my buddies who will know the answers, because that's how tight the reptile community is.
I'm going to send him some dirty pictures later. Watch. Dirty enclosures. Y'all get your minds out the gutters. Dirty enclosures. Yeah, but like when I started the hobby, it was primarily boas, Burmese, and blood pythons, and then reticulated pythons, African rocks, anacondas. I've kept a little bit of everything. I keep hots, balls, and Burmese right now, and a couple of tegus that are jerks. Because the simple fact is that they're to the point where they'll probably never tame down. I don't want somebody getting bit being bad for us.
Yeah, so you might as well just keep them. I agree. Yeah. I actually just started getting into the hots because my buddy JTK Reptiles out here.
How's it going, Brad?
He's out of Vallejo, and he goes to people's houses and stuff and relocates the diamondback rattlesnakes or all the rattlesnakes. You know what I mean? So they'll call him and be like, "Hey, could you relocate this rattlesnake?" And he'll relocate them, put them in the hills where there's no people that are able to get to them. And so they're still able to live, you know what I mean? And so I started getting into hots because of that. And there's some really awesome rattlesnakes that are different morphs and stuff.
There's tons of beautiful venomous stuff, and like people think, see, it's a hard thing for me to say everybody can get into it. It's a hard thing for me to agree
Yeah,
with
no.
a lot of information get off people, because 99% of the people you're gonna meet and stuff are gonna tell you to have a mentor in that, and this that, and like I'll be honest, from my own experience, where I'm at, I don't have a lot of options for
A
venomous
mentor.
mentors or whatnot. Like, yeah, like I have my guy that's been doing reptiles for 50 years, and he used to do he used to travel, he used to do fairs, carnivals, all the stuff with his stuff and like that, and we'll talk. And he's why I got into the big snakes, and he's who I buy almost the majority of my collection off of, has came from him. Because he either has it or he has buddies that breed it.
Yeah.
That's how tight the community is.
Yeah.
And but that's another thing too. We got to keep the community tight with knowledge and stuff. But when it comes to venomous stuff, everyone's always asked what you think the perfect first venomous reptile will be. And me as a venomous keeper, and Grim might agree with me on this, is the very best first venomous snake for you to keep is the one that interests you the most. It's going to be the one you do the most research on, you do the most studying on.
And that's another thing. You should be researching a reptile before you get it. Every reptile, do your research. Do the research on where they come from. A lot of people just look up stuff on Google and be like, "Oh no, I do the research. I'm looking where they come from, where they're originally from, the weather, the husbandry that's out there, the temperatures, the dirt, whatever they're in. I want to know about it, where they are coming from, not what Google's telling me where they're what they do think."
Yeah, see, and that's another bad thing, because whenever you Google stuff and you Google videos and you're watching these people, like Grim said, like a mentor is honestly the best way to go, the best route to go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you get that experience. They're there to supervise you, to explain to you what works for them, help you figure out what works for you when it comes to your interacting. But a lot of us have to be self-taught in certain situations. But when it comes down to it, and a lot of these people look up stuff. Like, I did research for over 2 years before I owned a venomous snake. 2 years of, and whenever I say this, that's 2 years of me reading everything I could, watching all the videos I could. And when I mean videos, I've watched everything from people like, they weren't around when I did it then, but Tyler, Nolan, Chandler, various other venomous keepers. And then I've watched, videos of the places that milk snakes and stuff like that. So not only did I was sitting there watching on, I witnessed people's improper handling and proper handling, and kind of put two and two together. A lot of people won't do that, but I mean, you can video call probably most of us in our community, especially venomous keepers, if you need to, and talk to us, and we'll explain to you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, venomous, non-venomous, anything I have experience with, I will gladly help a person.
Absolutely. And that's what it's about. That's why this is a community. It's not just you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. It's a community. It's everybody does it for the reptiles.
Yeah. A lot of people look at it for business-wise, though, whenever they get into it.
And that's the sad thing. I posted something online today that let me see if I could look it up, but it was talking about how a lot of people he said that it was a tough pill to swallow. It was a tough pill to swallow. Damn, I'm trying to remember what it said. My bad. Because a lot of people just get into this hobby for business. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's true though, and it's fucked up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because they'll scan our website and they'll see dollar signs.
Yeah, and that's not right. You know what I mean?
I know something. I got snakes right now sitting in my house that I got easily sell for $5K plus. That I've held back 20 this year. Not
Nice.
for sale.
See, and there you go. You know, that's because you love the reptile. It's not about the money for you, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't be about the money. You know what I mean? If it is about the money, you're in this wrong business. You might as well just keep pets and that's it. Go find another business.
Yeah. I mean, this is something like, man. And the reason I do it the way I do it is because, A, not only is this, well, like you just said, for the love of the animals, but like, this is something I want to pass on and like teach my kids and let them learn how to grow and how to act and how to be a good person. And like,
Yeah.
if you're doing something that's only going to be primarily beneficial to you, then like, what big achievements are you going to make in life?
Yeah. Someone I don't remember the quote, but it was talking about leaving footprints in the sand. And so like what kind of footprints are you going to leave in that sand? Are you going to leave good ones or are you going to leave bad ones? You know what I mean? And to elaborate on that, it's like when I think about that quote, it's like I want to leave footprints so people remember me as reptiles was a passion. It's my love. It was not just a business for me. It was something that I could give back to the community when I go. Like my son, he's 13 years old and he loves the reptiles. You know what I mean? He doesn't like to work, but he loves the snakes. He was telling me, Dad, I want
Do
to
any of them like to work?
right?
Hey, listen, my kid, he goes, I want to hold my, keeping his snake. I'm like, all right, well, you got to clean the poop. He goes, how about I hold her while you clean the poop?
Exactly. That's my son. But my son does help with the reptiles. Like he'll be at the show holding Rosie or maybe Sky. We take him to the show so people go hold. But he'll feed the rats, which is right there in the background, and he'll feed the mice and water and feed and stuff like that. So he does help out.
Hey, Darian, highlight Grimm's comment for me real fast. I want to comment like kind of towards that. Like I can relate to that comment because if you go to bed at night, and I'm not going to say all the time or whatnot, but sometimes, and like you don't have, the dreams or the visions, even daydreams, we'll even call it or whatnot, about your animals and whatnot, and the positivity and stuff, you're in the wrong field.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's I don't know, man. If you don't live and breathe this stuff, it's just because like I see it time and time again. People get into this thinking it's about the money, and they want it. They think they're gonna make a profit, and then they pour all this money into it, and they get nothing in return within the first 2 years, and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm selling out, trying to make as much money back as possible, and they end up losing out 1,000 or more, depending on how much they put into it. I mean, just there was a guy out here in Arizona. And I had a really good conversation with him, and it made sense on why he was getting out, for at least for his stand or from the way he was coming from. And he put 5,000-6,000 into wanting to breed, and he bred, and he had some slugs and stuff, and he just like, what? I wasn't big into this. I thought I could make some money at it, and it didn't work out for me, so I'm out of here. And he sold the Freedom Breeder rack. He sold the incubator and all these snakes, man. And I picked up a couple of snakes from him, and he was just like getting rid of them for cheap, like under market value.
Damn.
And it was just insane.
Is that just recently?
Yeah, that was just recently.
Is that? Yeah, I already know who we're talking about then. I'm pretty sure.
Possibility.
Same guy you and Levi know.
Maybe.
But yeah, like if you have the money to invest, the hobby can be very beneficial, but it's not going to be very beneficial very fast unless you're willing to dump a lot of money into it. I've got a lot of money into it, and I'm not even trying to be beneficial. And I'm pretty sure Darian can vouch on a lot of money into it. He's taking some of my money.
Yeah, no, it takes
Hey,
a lot.
man, hand tamed centipedes aren't cheap, bro. No. Well, hey guys, I hate to cut this short because we're having a great conversation, but I'm at 1% and my phone's not charging, even though it's at the on the charger. I don't understand why it's dying faster than it's charging, but
So we need you.
phones be phones, man. Phones be
He's
phones.
just having a good time. But hurry up and charge it. I'm going to IG as soon as I get home and get in there and get
You're
stuff
already
situated.
home. I see you
As soon as I
standing on
get
the
stuff
porch.
situated, shut up.
You said when I get home, motherfucker, standing on the porch.
Listen, I didn't even sit in my car tonight. Fuck off.
I mean, you were in the car on live.
I just got home.
But no, I can say this. I enjoyed having you guys on here. I really appreciate you holding down the fort, Eric. You brought up some really good key points during this live, and I appreciate that. And you kept it pretty professional the whole time. So I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I may or may not invite you for the next live because
no, I'm coming for Drew. I'm coming for Drew. We're not friends no more.
You're gonna bully him, and he's gonna be the one to lose his account. Watch. No,
it's YouTube. It's not IG. It's YouTube.
You might use a YouTube account.
Before we end this, guys, I want to make sure everybody gets that chance. If you guys already put it or haven't put it, and you want a 10% off code for Zilla Footwear for their awesome shoes, make sure you guys put hashtag Zilla, all lowercase, in the comments. If you guys are on panel and you want to do it, you guys are more than welcome to. But if you guys are trying to get 10% off your order of custom shoes from Zilla Footwear, from our one of our amazing sponsors, and I say one of because, again, we do have Prize Critters right here, who is an awesome supporter of the channel and is also a sponsor of this channel. So make sure you guys put Zilla or hashtag Zilla one more time before we go and spin this if you want 10% off your next order of those really unique reptile shoes. And again, they are releasing very, very soon some Crotalis Atrox, which is the Western Diamondback on some really cool looking shoes, guys. I got to see a sneak peek of them, and I'll probably be one of the first to get those shoes. And I highly recommend it, guys. It's a really cool looking shoe. But if everybody's already put it, here, let's it's already popped up on my end. Let's go ahead. Need Atrox kicks in my life. Graham, make sure you put that hashtag Zilla, bro. You can put this 10% off towards the Atrox shoes.
Nice.
I'm trying to get them to make some Gila Monster shoes. That'll be down the road, but I want some Gila Monster shoes. I think those be dope.
That would be tight.
All right, without further ado, let's get this running. So I'm gonna solo out real quick before my phone dies on me. Good luck, everybody. We hit draw. Mitzi.
Man.
Yeah, Mitzi, do you want to respin or do you want the code? You let me know, and I will get you that code after here.
Hey, Brad, we can do that. Give me 10 minutes. If you're gonna start up a live, I will share you live on my IG. And if anyone wants to join us in that
share my live on IG.
And
here.
I was at work. Shut up. But I will share that live on my IG for everyone, so y'all can jump in and BS with us, whatever.
Right on. Yeah, I jump in, guys, but my phone's at 1%, or else I'd have kept this going for at least another hour or so, because this is a great conversation. We're gonna have to. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get multiple interviews in, and then after we get these one-on-ones, I want to do like group talks. So like, you know, you guys work with ball pythons. I want to get you guys together. Let's talk ball pythons. Let's talk genetics, you know, kind of bounce some genetics off each other's, you know, our brains, ideas and stuff, you know. Just have a really good talk about each species that these people work with. So like I want to get a few people on here for like green tree pythons, venomous talk. Like I feel like venomous talk is gonna be fun. I feel like that one's
I
gonna
kind
be
of
fun.
feel offended right now, just so you know.
Why?
You never asked me to be on this live stream to talk to me. I keep a lot of shit.
You do, but you also really private with your stuff. I was gonna wait until you know start sharing a little more. And
No, hey, listen, y'all learn that about me. I'm stingy.
I was gonna say he's stingy though. But guys, make sure to go. All right, we're gonna end this though before my phone kicks me off and jumps off of here. But make sure to go check out Brad's stream, guys. Here, put that up right there. Make
I will
sure to
be
go
there
check
shortly,
him out.
Brad.
Um,
Hey, listen, on IG, I will share it on Eric's Exotics for his YouTube in general, so y'all can follow.
Fry, you want to jump on interview, bro? I got you. We will schedule that out. If anybody wants to jump on and do these awesome interview talks and stuff, you guys are more than welcome to message me, and I will schedule you guys out for sure. 100%. You know, I'm not gonna be like, nah, you don't have enough followers. Like, nah, I don't care if you have 100 followers. I don't care if you have 100,000 followers. If you guys want to come up here and talk about your passion, I'm all for it. I support everybody in the community. So I love jumping on here and meeting new people and talking about their animals, and picking their brain about certain questions that I've got. So I appreciate it, you know.
Hey, let's be honest. Followers on social media don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate every single one of you guys that follow the
like
page
when
and
it
hang
comes
out
like
here. But like, just
breeds
because
and
some
stuff.
people have, you know, 100,000 followers, I don't see them being above somebody that only has 100 followers. You know, that's
He categorized that a little bit better than what I just said.
yeah. You sounded like a dick, but you know, whatever. No. Why don't you interview me? This is why. No.
Hey, I'm blunt and to the point.
But yeah, guys, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit that notification bell. We will be live again here on Friday. And we will be interviewing possibly if I can lock down a time with the homie 408 Reptiles, my little brother Drew. Get
We interviewed him. He ain't got no
him up
options.
here. We got, when I say we got to lock down a time, is, you know, he's a minor. We have to make sure it's before his bedtime. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't forget the permission. Don't forget that permission slip.
But bro, I appreciate you jumping on here and spending time with us and talking with us about your passion, bro. It was great having you on.
Yeah, it was nice actually getting to sit here and talk when you ain't trying to run an auction or something.
I know this boy. Oh yeah, for sure. Talk about your auctions, man. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute. You got the floor here. I'll even solo you out.
Yeah, even if it kicks you out there, Ian, you can end it later.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to first off say thank you for having me on here. Everybody on YouTube, go check out my boys on here. But they want me to talk about the auction. So I do auctions on Diamond Reptiles and Supplies on Instagram. If you guys want to get a really good snake, lizard, we do all types of different reptiles. We even have other people come on there and auction their stuff off. It's just to give back to the community. You know, maybe because me growing up, I never had the money for a $100 snake. I had to hustle. I had to really hustle and get my own money to be able to pay for my reptiles. So I wanted to give back to the community by just being able to help you out where you could get a snake, which is going to be cheap enough for you to still take care of, which is number one, but also be able to get that snake cheap enough to where you could afford it and have that reptile as a family member. So that's why we do these live auctions, and hopefully we will see you guys on those auctions and you guys could get yourself a cool reptile.
For sure, bro. No, I'm here. I didn't get kicked off yet. My phone's holding strong at 1%.
There
Appreciate you, phone. No.
Really?
But no, guys, I appreciate you all jumping on here. Let me know when you're gonna start do another auction, bro. I'll jump on and try to help get some people in there. Maybe
Hey,
throw a Tegu up for or up there or something. I don't know.
we
For sure.
all know I come in and I push that button when it comes to them auctions and them and stuff. Ask Chucky.
For sure. Oh yeah.
But thanks for jumping on, everybody. I appreciate everybody, all the new followers. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, make sure to smash that like button. The likes aren't just for me, guys. That show support to the Diamond Reptiles for showing up and taking the time to do this interview, and also for that guy over there. I mean, kind of like
You
him.
ain't gonna show support for me? Like we all out here just to bring new people.
It would
You
take a
guys
lot of
attention.
support. I'm just saying.
Look who's talking that poor chair you're sitting on.
I know, dude, for real.
But we're just here to try to enlighten you guys' lives on people you're missing out on.
Yeah. For sure.
For sure, and like I said, I learned a lot. I've been doing this for 17 years. I learn a lot when we start doing these like individual talks. You know, when we start really getting in depth with certain species that people work with and stuff. You know, even though I work with a little of everything, I don't know everything when it comes to each one of those animals.
I know he don't because he messages me a lot.
I do not, but you know, whatever. I message him like, you know, like fat people questions, like, you know,
There
hey,
it is.
where's the
I got
best place
something
to
you
buy
ain't got.
5X shirts? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what you know about that? You ain't gonna air.
But no, like, and that's why I like doing these interviews. Is like, you know, we can joke around, but it's fair. It's really educational. You learn about the person you're buying from, or you know, if you guys are looking for something in particular, I mean, you know, you literally, this gives you the time to actually meet the person behind the name on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. You know, you get a feeling or feel of how he is. So now, like, this helps you decide later on, hey, I saw his interview with Rodriguez Reptiles. He seemed to be like a really cool guy. They vouched for him. Maybe he has some awesome reptiles, and now I'm gonna jump in on his auction and try to get one of those awesome animals. Possibly one of them awesome tegus that came from Rodriguez Reptiles. But I mean,
bullshit. No, sorry.
but I mean, you know, it's stuff like that. So it benefits everybody, and I love it. You know, especially if my big thing is, as long as the viewers learn something today, whether it's about the breeder that they're wanting to buy an animal from, or learn something new about the hobby or a specific species, then I count this whole live as a win, bro.
Absolutely.
Or you can learn that you got people out there that regardlessly you can reach out to, and we're gonna lead you guys into the right direction, whether it's us or somebody else.
Yep. If there's something that I don't have or I don't know, I can point you to multiple sources that you can reach out to that are just as friendly as me, or if not friendlier than me, that would know how to help you better than I can.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But much love, guys. I appreciate everybody here. And Mitzi, make sure to message me, and I'll get you that code for the 10% off that you want. Again, congratulations. Thank you, everybody that's on the panel. Thank you, guys that's in the comments, and everybody that joined in to try to jump in for that 10% off for Zilla Footwear. I got to talk to them about doing a bigger giveaway, like maybe a free pair of kicks. And you know, just pay shipping or something, maybe. But
You gotta get
nothing less than 1K.
Yep.
Yeah.
Followers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Followers,
For sure.
yeah. Absolutely.
Listen, at 1K followers, I ain't gonna say what, but I will find a snake in my vast collection to throw up.
No, for sure, dude. Like that's something we're kind of talking about. Is we hit 1K followers, we're talking about doing that.
Just no Burmese because I'm stingy with them. He died. You know, y'all, just so you know, he died. His phone's gone. We hear about ourselves.
That's great. So it keeps going on even though he's the host?
Yeah, but like when his phone died, until he logs back in and says kills it on StreamYard site, we good to go.
So we can clown him right now?
Yeah, clown him. I mean, I never. It looked like he's doing a belly flop at SeaWorld right now.
Damn.
No, joking, but for real, he's a good dude.
Hell yeah.
Darian can be a good dude when he's not being a jerk to me. Everyone we have in this chat are amazing people. Everyone that's not blue, I will make sure to get with him to get y'all blue. Oh, he's back.
There it goes. My other one died.
He came back.
That phone's
Yeah, he didn't hear the
that
clown.
phone straight died.
But yeah, hey Darren, there's a couple people we need to get blue.
All right, guys.
Blue.
I appreciate everybody, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
All right.
See y'all on Brad's channel.
Out. Love you guys.
Yep, later.